Alright, y'all, man. This is stock analytical guru. ALC the one to be exact. Bank with another analytical statistical stock uh, analysis, whatever you want to say, man. Uh, Listen, I tried to get this in on Twitch, but I don't know what's going on, man. This iPhone 6 is really killing me right now, so I'm about to really upgrade when my vacation start August 8th. Okay, I'll be on vacay for about 2 weeks, and that Thursday I'm going to play Top Golf, hopefully in Naperville, and I will be recording that. So make sure y'all check y'all post notifications, man, on Lcdaone. That's my entertainment channel. But anyway, I had to get this in for y'all, man. Straight up and down. First and foremost, let me show y'all, man. It's about that. But anyway, listen. I'm gonna show y'all how I got over on the video stock. Now, in January, I had really started my brokerage account. I think it was around November. I think it was something like that. But it was due to Richard Fame, because I caught on to Richard Fame streams, and he started to disseminate, about the market and things we should do, and etc. etc. And start investing. And he was promoting Weibo at that time, so I was like, okay, let me get refreshed back into it, because I was looking to invest anyway, because my first investment was my music, my second was YouTube, and my third now is the stock market. So I was like, yeah, this probably be the only way I really can get some resources, so I can, try to finance my company. Because I tried everything else, and music money is slow, and it's like right now the payout for the music is kind of slow. And it's like we going into the second quarter, but the first quarter really for the payout for 2024. It starts, I think, in September. That's for the payout for the first quarter for music money. But anyway, it's like, I was like, let me go ahead and try to do this, because this is the only way I probably can get out, and finance my company, so I can start filming, because I had to break it down like a fraction to an officer yesterday, a new officer. I was like, I got a production company, and today my computer's supposed to be arriving, so I'm gonna have to check with my wifey in a few, because it's supposed to be arriving. This is my old computer. I can't say old. This is my first computer I started recording with. I paid $3,000 way back in the day. I bought this computer from Circuit City. It was a compact Presario, and it was me and my oldest daughter, mother. When we was together, we went half on it, and that was the best investment, I tell you, that I had ever made up until this point now. Because that computer lasted me for about 12 years, and it really conked out on me when my ceiling in my apartment started to come down a little bit, and they had to repair that ceiling part, like a little part of it, and they put a drop cloth. I documented all of it, and it's like they melted my equipment. I'm talking about my computer died. What else? My Xbox 360 almost died. A few other appliances I had died, and then some technology equipment died too. So it was due to how hot it was. And if you up in levels in like any building or whatever place you stay, the temperature rises to the top. So it was hot as hell. So it was like melting it was like a furnace, in my apartment. So it's like I didn't have no air conditioning at that time. So I really couldn't keep my equipment cool. And it's like turning on all that equipment, it produces heat. So but anyway, my computer conked out, but it's like I got it to operate again, but the operating system had I guess went outdated. So it's still, I looked on YouTube, it still can be fixed, configured, but I would have to get my trays fixed and all that stuff, and I'm glad I snatched a lot of my music off of it before, it did conk out because I made about 500 songs off that computer. And I'm talking about that was a good investment because now they don't really make those computers now where you can slave your, slave your MIDI devices or whatever, to these new computers now. Because everything now is like smart devices now. So sometimes that analog is the best route because you really don't have to go through all that computer stuff. But this is like right before analog started going digital. And it's like I caught it before it started to transition into that. And that's why I'm going back to the old computer because I learned from my homie Rowdy Rob out in the Wild Hundreds. He kept all his old equipment. Like we would go to his studio. He would have like 4 or 5 different computers and keyboards, all 6 or 7 different type of keyboards. He can go back to it and get those sound. Then my homie Steve-O that owned Al's Wild Productions, he had the real studio. He had the $500,000 stuff in there. He had the Yamahas and all the real stuff. It was DAT machines and all that stuff. All the stuff that's analog. Cause now, as you, all right, this part too, man. Now it's letting me stream on Twitch. Ain't that so? What the heck is going on there? Anyway, I was talking about my computer. I'm about to have that computer again, man. I can't wait to get it. I hope if it comes today, man. I'm talking about my whole vacation. Besides, the little intrepid voyages we're gonna be doing, it's going down. It is going down. I'm about to drop about 1,000 songs, probably in about a year's time. I'm about to flood it again. Get in the algorithm with the music, because right now I think it's been, they really finna, take off with the streaming now, because now they're syncing the music with all that social media platforms. Any way you can think, they got the music. All my music is on every platform now, and they coming up with new apps now too. So I'm finna get it in early. Same thing like I caught the wave. When I first started, same thing like I'm catching the wave with this stock. Now, let's get to the stock, man. Now, how I got over on the video. Now, when Richard Faye started to disseminate and talk about it, this was like in January. He started talking about it, right? So I had my income tax money, right? So I made a pimp decision, like Cat Williams said, make a pimp decision. And that's what I did, man. It's like I was like, man, let me go ahead and try to buy some of this damn stock. Because it's a technology stock. And it started to take off a little bit. And he was like, in this tech sector right now, he said it's starting to earn a lot of money. And as you know, Microsoft is the big boy. Okay, and Apple and all the rest of them, that is Microsoft, right? And he was like, man, Nvidia started to, get some ground now. They starting to, they're starting to catch up now as far as earnings wise, to Apple, because they was number one. Microsoft number two. And it's like he said, I'm talking about as far as companies earning money, right? And he was like, man, y'all better, start looking at this stock. Because he was with Vanguard at that time, so I was like, okay. So I opened my app, I opened my brokerage account in November, like I said. I started testing it out. And I was figuring it out, man. I was like, because I was getting refreshed with the stock market and stuff, and, and how to go about, taking advantage of it, right? Because it's like playing craps, right? And it's like playing poker, That's basically, if I can put in those type of metaphors, that's what it's like. So you gotta be real smart, man, when holding and you're about to fold them. That's it. So basically, when he said that, I bought about 800 shares of that stock, right? It was at $60-something, right? And January. Now I was trying to pull up my history when I was buying it to let y'all know when it started dipping. Like it had started dipping real hard. I was about to sell it. I was like, no, let me hold on to it, man. And then as time progressed on, we went past April and it started to take off, right? So I was like, damn, I started telling people my job, man, y'all better start woo. It was this one officer, her name was Miss Flowers. She was in here, and We was in a break room, and she was hip to it. She was investing in Vanguard though, but the video started taking off. I didn't get a chance to get into that, but she was a real smart young officer and stuff, and she knew about it. But I was like, man, I'm gonna hold on to this stock. Now, I was gonna try to cash some. I did cash a little bit of it out, but I held on to it, right? And then he kept on talking about it. And the more he talked about it, the more it started going up. So I started figuring out, I was like, damn. So I was like, I see how they do the market now, right? And this is my secret to it right here. I know how they do it. When people like him, because he a disseminator, right? Start talking about it, right? And he a big YouTuber too, and he been doing it for a long time, investing in the market. And he could be like on the board of, he could be on the board, right? He could be a BM, he could be a board member, right? Because he got a lot of stocks. He own a lot of shares in a lot of companies. You could be a board member of a company, right? If you own a lot of their shares, right? You would be on the board, right? So when anything that you make decisions, right? So he got a whole bunch of his portfolio. He got a whole bunch of stocks. So I'm listening to the brother every day, right? Every string, just catching on to what he's saying. He was like, man, he said, it's the FOMO thing, right? FOMO. He said it's the fear of missing out. And people, he said, when people think they missing out on something, that's when they start running to it, right? And as he kept talking about it and pumping it up, and it kept going up, and he bought in on it, people started coming in more, and they was buying. And then he started talking at the end now, where I caught it. He was like, when it's red, that means people leaving. When it's green, that means people coming, right? It's like a red light, green light. When they coming in, it's green. When they leaving out, it's red, right? So I was like, damn. So I started really figuring it out and stuff, and I just was listening to him, and it didn't dip no more after that. And right before they did their stock split, now he introduced that to me, and I didn't know nothing about it. He was like, the stock split is about to happen, right? And he was like, he said, man, I'm gonna hold on to this thing. He said, now, it's gonna be, he says market behavior, what people are doing, right? And he was like, you just gotta, be conscious of that. People gonna be taking their money out. That's market behavior. That's what's going on. You got day traders and stuff. I started learning about all that, right? I'm really studying this stuff, right? And that's what be going on. The day traders, that's the market behavior, right? They the ones that be messing it up every day, because they'll sit on it for an hour or two, buy, then they'll take it out, then they'll wait till it's settled. Because I did all my homework, because I've been doing this for a whole year now. And after they'll sit on it, they'll go to the next one, right? And they'll buy that, and then until the market closes, and that's how it says, see how much they earned on that day, right? Versus they lost. But when he started talking like real heavy, when it started to get close to the stock split, and I know nothing about it, and when it got close to the end, he was like, nah, I can take my money out right now if it started dipping a little bit. But he was like, I bought a certain amount, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, I'm just going to wait until they do the split. He said, I could take my money out. He kept saying, I could take my money out. So I took my money out right before they did the split. And this some of it right here. This some of the money right here. Right? I took some of the money out. And I put it, and I left it in my my brokerage account, right? So when they did the stock split, because I tested it, right? Because they with WR Berkeley, if y'all watched that video, I had took all my money out of the video. And when they did that split, and I bought that one share that WR Berkeley, I lost $25, but they gave it back to me, right? Because it was a 3-2 split. Now, the way it was set up on the website with their company, they was like, you would have to have like $100 worth of the share or something like that. If you go look at their website, WR Berkeley Company, then it'll explain more about they 3-2 split. Nivida did a 10-to-1 split. Chipotle did a 50-to-1 split. They share was at $3,000, right? When they closed, they was at $3,000. If you would have had a bunch of shares at that price or whatever you bought in it, that's how much you was gonna get with the split. But when they do the split, be mindful that they're gonna take that money. they gonna take that money, right? And then they're gonna give you the new shares price that next following Monday. So your split is not gonna happen instantly. It's not gonna show up. The shares they're gonna give you is not gonna happen. You just gotta be patient and don't sell your stock. If you sell it, I think you'll lose it, but they're gonna give you what you lost. Cause that's what happened with. I sold my stock with WR Berkeley, and I thought I wasn't getting it. I just thought I took a loss. I was like, fuck it, I took a loss. And they gave me the $25 that I missed, but they didn't give me the split because I guess I sold it, whatever. But that's how I got over on it. So now I know the market a little bit. I'm trying to refresh y'all and give y'all some 411, man. So if y'all intrigued about what I just said, man, if y'all want to know how to do this hustle, make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, man. I'm finna get up out of here, man. They show stock analytical guru LC1. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, press the notification bell button. I'm out y'all next stock video, man.